people. Welcome aboard. Don't mind that. My allergies. So, it's Friday the 13th, everybody. That's right. Happy Fuck That Guy Friday the 13th. And what can we talk about today? Well, I hope everybody's having a nice Friday. And, well, there's been a lot going on. Not so much on the YouTube, but behind the scenes, folks. That's right. Last night, the person who calls himself Tommy Scoville, that's an alias to throw people off, because he is a convicted sex offender. Though he is not registered, he was convicted of a violent sexual assault many years ago, 2 years before the sex offender registries took effect in 1994. So, he plays like he's a bank robber. He never walked into a bank and robbed a bank in his life. Never. He sent a young kid into the bank with a note that he, the good captain, alias Tommy Scoville, wrote. He was like chicken hawking this kid. And ultimately he got caught, and Toots told on the kid. When Toots was supposed to give the kid a portion of the money, the stupid kid gave Toots all the money after the bank robbery. Toots was supposed to divvy it up and the kid was going to leave town. Didn't happen. And then Toots folded. He snitched on everybody. So that's another reason why he's always in protective custody when he is incarcerated. Now I saw that, and I wasn't up this late, but this morning I saw that he did a live stream with his cuck brother, his older brother, who's a 59-year-old incel, that's right, involuntary celibate. Well, he does live streams now with him, like sometime after midnight. And early on in the stream, and I only watched a couple minutes, he was complaining, he was saying a little bit about himself, his story, and why he's in Ecuador and what happened. Well, apparently he fled to Ecuador because he was sick of being bothered by the police for things that he didn't do. Things that he alleges that trolls and haters put videos on their channels or did something, and people alerted the federal authorities to say that he was trafficking children across the border of the U.S. and Mexico or something like that. He said that there was a video that had a running 800 number or whatever for Homeland Security. That video was up for 2 weeks, he said, before they finally took it down. I don't know who made that video. I'd love to see that video. If anybody knows who made a video with a streaming banner across the bottom with Homeland Security's phone number on it, let me know. Because I think he's lying about that. Just like he's lying about, he was telling everybody that people, trolls and haters, made false reports, phony reports to the federal authorities that he was trafficking children, and he made light of it and saying that he was having sexual relations with a collie or corgi dog or something like that. Being real funny about it, real cute. He said that people were making false reports. Again, that's another lie! If anybody ever makes a false report to any federal law enforcement agency, that's a crime. It's a crime just like if you make a false report to any regular law enforcement agency at the state or local level. The thing is that what's different with the feds is that if you lie to the feds, that's a crime. So it's not necessarily always a crime to lie to the regular police. If the police come to your house and want to interview you and you're stupid enough to talk to them and you lie to them, you're not going to get in trouble. But if it's the federal law enforcement agencies, that's a crime. You're better off shutting your mouth and not saying anything. It never helps to talk to the police. And you can go ahead and talk to Toots, alias Tommy Scoville, about that. Every time he's been in trouble, or many of the times he's been in trouble, it's because he's hung himself. He's gotten caught on a wire or too much that like an expert, and they end up fucking collaring him because he talks too much. He snitches on people, he talks too much, he's a know-it-all. I mean, he was saying last night that he's a bank robber and that all with the haters. He said that now that he lives in South America, he's not afraid to talk shit about people. Well, do I have a story for Toots? Now, Toots, I know you watch my videos. Now, lately he's been into the true crime. There was an 80-something-year-old woman in the Catalina foothills area of Tucson, Arizona that went missing. She was the mother of newscaster Savannah Guthrie. The victim's name apparently is Nancy Guthrie. And Toots has been all over that story. Now, he's been criticizing the police and how they've dropped the ball. Did they ever drop the ball with you, Toots? Toots might as well work for the prosecutor because he's always just handed the evidence over to the police. He's an idiot. And he's a convicted sex offender. Well, enough of that. We'll get into that in a minute. Toots, alias Tommy Scoville, pay attention to this. I predict that there is going to be another true crime story coming out of the Catalina foothills of Tucson, Arizona. That's right, Toots. It'll be another 80-plus-year-old woman. That's right. Now, I'm going to stop right there because the rest of the details haven't come to me yet. But I'm sure they will. And are you going to be covering that story too? Yeah, I think you will be. Oh, I'm sure you will be. Well, enough about that, folks. Anyway, the guy's a sex offender. He goes on and on to tell everybody that he's a bank robber, drug addict, thief, whatever, a con man. He leaves out the part about being a convicted sex offender, folks. Now, I've played his records and all this stuff on my channel numerous times. You can check my channel out. You can check out any of the numerous FTG associates that have put videos up showing the truth about alias Tommy Scoville. He is a sex offender. And isn't it funny that now that he has a lot of views, he's getting a lot of views, he's getting super chats and all this stuff, that now while he's sharing pieces of who he is and this and that, he leaves out the sex offender part. Because the sex offender part is probably the only thing that's going to make people go, ugh, and stop watching him, unsubscribe, stay away from him. He leaves that out of the story. And it's my duty to let everybody know that Tommy Scoville, alias Tommy Scoville, under his real name, Brett Miller, is a convicted sex offender. He wasn't even allowed to be around children while he was on probation. His fucking mother ran daycares. He's bragged on here how his mother used to run daycares, fairly large ones too. And I used to love watching kids play. And he said that he's had the privilege of watching kids play for his entire life. That's because his mother was corralling all these fucking kids and he was diddling them. Part of his probation, and you can go back and watch my recent videos, he wasn't allowed to be around daycares because they knew his mother was getting all these fucking kids for him. Well, that's enough, people. I'll be back later. I've probably lost monetization on this video, and that's why I need you to go over and hit the donate button right here. Click on that button. If it doesn't take the first time, just keep clicking it. That's right, people. Here's my numbers also. Put my numbers up here. We're getting close to 100 now, and well, maybe I'll be getting paid March 21st with the rest of the YouTube partners who get paid on the 21st of each month. But we'll see. It's taking a long time to make this money, people. What else? I think that's about it for now. I'll probably be back later with a much more intense FTG video. There are some things that we need to talk about. As you know, I'm going to be doing some traveling in March. And, where do you see that content? All right, people. Above all, fuck that guy. Fuck every single one of them. And I'll see you later.